Welcome back to PMP Essentials. I'm Caroline. As project managers, we know our baseline. In Module 1, we established that the exam content outline is our only valid blueprint. Today, we open our second 20-minute time box. We're executing a deep dive into Domain 1, the people domain. It represents 33% of your exam. It contains 14 specific tasks. Our objective today is to decode the mindset required to pass these questions, whether the scenario is predictive or agile. Before we analyze the specific tasks, we must establish the core mindset. Look at your screen. If you answer people domain questions using traditional command and control mindset, where the project manager is a dictator assigning work, you will fail. The 2026 exam expects you to operate as a servant leader. Your primary function is not to tell people what to do. Your function is to remove blockers, shield the team from interruptions, and provide the resources they need to execute it. The team creates the value. You facilitate the process. Now let's look at task 1. Manage conflict. You'll see multiple scenario-based questions on this. Notice the difference on your screen. The exam will try to trick you with options that suggest avoiding the conflict, escalating immediately to HR, or forcing a decision. Those are almost always incorrect. The correct execution methodology is to address conflict early, privately, and collaboratively. You must treat conflict as an opportunity to solve a problem, not as a failure of team dynamics. Tasks 2 and 3 require you to lead the team and support their performance. Remember our rule from Module 1: you must be bilingual. If the question scenario is predictive, you will evaluate performance using KPIs and earned value metrics. If the scenario is agile, you will look at the velocity and burn down charts. Regardless the methodology, the PMI standard requires continuous constructive feedback. Annual reviews are insufficient. Look at the empowerment spectrum in your screen for tasks 4 and 5. In a predictive environment, you empower team members by delegating specific work packages from the WBS. But in agile environment, the exam expects you to support self-organizing teams. The team estimates their own work. The team decides how much work they can pull into a sprint. If you see an option where the PM assigns tasks during a sprint planning meeting, that is the wrong question. There's the wrong answer. Sorry. Task 6 is building a team. You must know Tuckman's ladder of team development: forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. The exam will present a scenario and ask you to identify which phase the team is in. For example, if team members are arguing over technical decisions and challenging your authority, They are in the stormy phase. Your job as a servant leader is to guide them through it, not suppress it. Look at the shield icon in your screen. This represents task 7. Address and remove impediments, obstacles, and blockers. In Agile questions, this is often the primary correct answer for a Scrum Master. If the team reports a blocker during the daily stand-up, your immediate action item is to remove that blocker. You do not ask the team to work around it, and you do not delay until the next sprint. For tasks 8 and 9, you must negotiate project agreements and collaborate with stakeholders. The PMI standard always favors win-win or collaborative negotiation. If a question asks how to handle a resource dispute with a functional manager, the correct answer will involve negotiating a solution that satisfies both the project's needs and the functional manager's constraints. Tasks 10 and 11 cover building shared understanding and engaging virtual teams. Virtual teams are heavily tested. You must account for time zones, cultural differences, and communication technology. To build shared understanding, the exam expects you to use information radiators, highly visible displays of project status, like a Kanban board, so everyone has the same baseline data. Look at the document at the screen. Task 12 requires you to define team ground rules. The artifact used for this is the team charter. Here is the critical variance. The project manager does not write the team charter and hand it to the team. The team charter is created by the team collaboratively. It defines acceptable behavior, meeting times, and decision-making processes. If a team member violates a rule, your first step is to refer them back to the team charter. Finally, tasks 13 and 14, mentoring relevant stakeholders and applying emotional intelligence. Look at the four quadrants on your screen. The exam tests your ability to read the room. If a stakeholder is visibly frustrated, a high EY project manager addresses the emotion before addressing the technical issue. You must demonstrate empathy and active listening in scenario-based questions. Before we close, I must warn you about the ultimate trap in the people domain. Look at the warning box in your screen. When faced with a personal issue, a non-performing team member, or a conflict, one of the multiple choice options will always be escalate to the sponsor or report to HR. Unless there is an illegal or severe ethical violation, escalating immediately is the wrong answer. A competent PM handles issues at their level first. You assess the situation, discuss it privately with the individual, collaborate on a solution, and document the outcome. Let's recap our baseline for the people domain. First, you are a servant leader. You remove blockers. You do not dictate. Second, address conflict early and collaboratively. Third, empower your teams. Let Agile teams estimate their own work. 4. Rely on the team charter created by the team to enforce ground rules. If you apply these principles, you will secure the 32% of the exam dedicated to people domain. Our 20-minute time box is complete in less minutes than I predicted. Your action item is to open the Echo task checklist you downloaded in the Module 1 and review the 14 tasks under the People domain. Ensure you understand the servant leadership approach for each one. In Class 3, we tackle the largest segment of the exam, the process domain, which accounts for 41% of your score. Protect your time, respect your study schedule, and I will see you in Class 3. See you there. Thank you for watching.